Easy Pete says, subscribe to Pattyrick.
Fans of Fallout New Vegas will recognize the town of Goodsprings as the first location in the game. What some may not know is that the town is actually based on a real-life town in Nevada by the same name. While the Goodsprings real-life counterpart doesn't have dangerous powder gangers or talking robots, it still has an interesting story to tell. So, sit back, relax, grab an ice-cold Sunset sarsaparilla, and enjoy as we uncover the history of the real-life Goodsprings, Nevada.
Howdy folks, Easy Pete here. I'll be your narrator on this journey through history. Goodsprings is a small town located just southwest of Las Vegas. In the Fallout universe, this area served as a bustling hub for miners and travelers alike. But before we get to that, let's start from the beginning. The area surrounding Goodsprings, Nevada, with its natural springs, has a rich history that spans centuries. It was first utilized by the ancient Puebloans and later by the Paiute natives until the 1860s, when a man named Joseph Good discovered rich deposits of gold and silver in the area. In 1861, Goodsprings Camp was established and would attract prospectors from far and wide in search of fortune. The name Goodsprings comes from the previously mentioned Joseph Good, as well as the springs surrounding the area originally named Good Springs, which eventually evolved into just Goodsprings in 1904 when the town was officially established. Joe Good would eventually become the town's first mayor, and over the years, Goodsprings grew into a tight-knit community with resilient residents facing the challenges of a harsh desert environment. The town thrived as mining operations expanded, and railroads were established with several major companies extracting valuable minerals from the surrounding hills and transporting them by train. The Yellow Pine Mine and the Keystone Mine were among the most successful ventures, attracting a diverse population of miners, merchants, and their families to Goodsprings. During the 1910s, the town saw the rise of various establishments, such as a post office, a general store, the enduring Goodsprings Schoolhouse, as well as a handful of lively saloons, including the now famous Pioneer Saloon, which has been open since 1913. The saloon features 2 bullet holes from a fight over a poker game between 2 miners in 1915, which are still there to this day. The saloon is also rumored to be haunted, as employees of the saloon over the years have reported, seeing apparitions appear out of nowhere, as well as hearing a woman crying at night when no one was around. During World War I, Goodsprings played a vital role as the nearby Yellow Pine Mine contributed to the war effort by providing critical minerals such as zinc to the U.S. military for the production of munitions. Around this time is when Goodsprings' population peaked, reaching around 1,000 people, leading to a man named George Fail to open the luxurious Fail Hotel, which featured 20 guest rooms, electric lights, hot and cold running water, steam heat, and a restaurant renowned for its fine dining. The hotel opened with a grand ball on May 13, 1916. However, once the war was over and zinc was no longer in demand, Goodsprings began to face financial difficulties, and its population diminished. Goodsprings' luck would continue to fade as the Fail Hotel would end up burning to the ground around that same time. And because of the lack of demand for zinc, the mines began to close. While the mines had a brief revival in business during World War II, as well as the Pioneer Saloon being featured in a handful of movies and TV shows, the town never quite regained its former glory. That is, until Fallout New Vegas came along. In 2010, the hit game Fallout New Vegas was released and was a huge success that gained a cult following over the years. When you start the game, the first location you find yourself in is good old Goodsprings, Nevada. Fans would come from all over the world to come see the town from the game they loved. The previously mentioned Pioneer Saloon would capitalize on this in early July of 2022, when the restaurant would pay tribute to Fallout with a celebration called New Vegas Day. The event was documented primarily from Fallout creator TKS Mantis, who captured video footage of the celebration. New Vegas Day featured a live band performing songs from the Fallout games, and the attendees showed immense respect for the town. In a heartwarming gesture, some fans even left food for the hard-working Pioneer Saloon staff, who tirelessly served the crowd from 9 a.m. to midnight amidst the scorching Mojave heat. The event was a huge success, gathering over 500 attendees. Because of its success, the saloon has decided to make New Vegas Day an annual event, with the next celebration coming in November of 2023. Nowadays, Goodsprings remains a vibrant community. Despite its small size, it's home to around 200 residents who cherish their town's rich heritage. Visitors can explore the fascinating Goodsprings Historical Society Museum, which houses artifacts and documents from the town's past. Fallout fans can visit locations found in the game, such as the Goodsprings Cemetery, the Goodsprings Schoolhouse, the Goodsprings General Store, and of course the Pioneer Saloon. And so, fellow travelers, we conclude our expedition into the real-world history of Goodsprings, the inspiration behind the beloved town in Fallout, New Vegas. As you explore the virtual wasteland, remember that its roots lie in the captivating stories and resilient spirit of places like Goodsprings, where history and video games intertwine.